right, everyone, it's right at 6, so we will get started. Welcome to Forex Basics, or Forex for Beginners, I should say. We do this class once a week, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern every week, and it's really just to help you get acclimated. We know that learning Forex is like learning a second language. So, with all of the valuable resources that Epic gives us, this class is just to kind of help you put it all together, kind of answer any beginning questions that you have, like in terms of creating your demo account, connecting to MT4 and learning how to take the trade. We go over how to create your live account when you're ready for that, how to get started with TradingView. TradingView is where we go to do our analysis and to look at the charts. We actually take our trades in MetaTrader 4. So today we're going to cover, I'll tell you how the class normally flows. Normally, I cover something new or important for the first 15 to 25 minutes or so. And then for the second half of the class, you guys come off mute, type your questions in the chat, whatever you're comfortable with. And I do my best to answer your questions. We have other leaders on the call, so we can kind of all chime in. We normally transition to TradingView, and we can go over some live charts or just any questions that you have. So today we're going to cover some chart formations, which are different candlestick patterns and formations that we typically see when looking at the charts, which can help our trading. But before we get to that, I wanted to help one of my team members who's having an issue setting up the demo account. And I want to see if there are others in the chat who also have that question. Oh, first, before I forget, go into the chat and you will see my YouTube link. Let me post it again. All of these classes are recorded and placed on the site. There's some shorter 3 to 5 minute videos, as well as this class in its entirety. And so those are posted there for your convenience. So if I go too fast, or if you miss a step, don't worry. This will be uploaded to my YouTube site either late tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Okay, so we're going to go over, once you've created your demo account, how you access that in MetaTrader 4, because there are some very specific steps that you have to do, and it can be a little tricky. So put a 6 in the chat if that question also applies to you. Put a 6 in the chat if you could use some assistance in connecting your newly created demo account to your MT4. If not, it'll be just a quick review. Hello, Eddie. Welcome to the call. Glad you could join tonight as well. Welcome, welcome. All right, so give me a quick second to pull up this slide. And as soon as we complete this step, then we'll get into the lesson that we're going to go over today. So let me make sure I am sharing the correct screen. All right, connecting MT4 to your demo account. So this step assumes that you've already created your demo account, whether it's Hugo's Way or LQDFX or whatever broker that you're using. I know Trader's Way is another common one as well. So with this step, we're actually going to open up MT4 on your phone. This step also assumes that you've already downloaded MT4 on your phone. Now, fortunately, in the 2-week syllabus, Coach Max does an amazing job of explaining how to use MT4, whether you're on your phone, on your mobile, or if you're on your desktop. So I know many have been asking for that for a while. So Coach Max does a phenomenal job for those who want to download MT4 from your broker onto your desktop or laptop. She spends at least a half hour going through all the basics that you'll need to be able to take a trade from MT4 on your desktop. So hats off for Coach Max for the great work she did there. So at this point, you have created your demo account and you have downloaded MT4. My personal recommendation, when I first started trading, I also learned to take the trades on my computer. However, I wasn't using TradingView. I didn't really know about it when I first started. Now, the setup that I love is having TradingView on my laptop. And I actually take my trades from my cell phone. I love the convenience of that. If you make an errand to the grocery store or you're away from home, you can still have access to your trades when you have MT4 on your phone. You can manage your trade. You can close a trade. You can open a trade. You can adjust your stop loss. You have complete control over that trade, even when you're not in front of your computer. So I would definitely recommend downloading MT4 on your phone and using the one from your broker. All right, so first let's go through the steps for the iPhone, and then we'll jump over to the Android. So here are the screenshots. You open up MT4 on your iPhone, and you're going to click on the settings button in the bottom right. Then you're going to click on new account. And now with this third image, you have two options. You can, if you choose this first option, this will open up the MetaTrader 4 demo account, which is perfectly fine to use. You don't have to go through a broker. The only thing is, from what I remember, that MT4 demo starts you out with $100,000. And, typically when you start your first live account, you may have a couple hundred in there to start with. So I recommend using the broker's demo account just so that you can specify how much you want to start with. And we typically do 1,000. So we're going to click on this second option, log into an existing account, and we're going to connect that to MT4. So click on this second option here. And now you get to choose your server. So let's say you created your demo account with Hugo's Way. You're probably not going to see any in your list. So literally just search for Hugo's Way. And this is the one that you want to select, Hugo's Way Demo 3. So if you're ever having issues connecting, or you have team members that are having issues, walk them through this process. Make sure that they're connected to the correct server. For your live account, specifically with Hugo's Way, there are new servers now. So you can see here, Hugo's Way Real 3. There's also a new server as of June or July, Hugo's Way Live. So make sure you or your team member is connecting to the appropriate server, whether it's demo or your live account. Okay, so once you do that, it will take you to the sign in screen. And here's where this example is showing if you had created your demo account with Hugo's Way, this is what that confirmation email looks like. Notice you'll see a demo account password, a demo account number, a trader password, and an investor password. So for the login, that's where you type in this demo account number. And for the password, it's very important. You want to use the trader password. Also make sure that this save password setting is set to on. That way you won't have to type in these all these characters and numbers again. So here's what'll happen if you use the investor password instead of the trader password. When it's time for you to open up MT4 and actually take the trade, you're going to see chart and details, and you're not going to see the trade option at all. So this is a read only. So forget it's there. Use this trader password so that you can actually have that trade button set for you. And the same steps for the Android, the screen just looks a little different. So when you open up Android, MT4 on your Android, you're gonna click on this, it's called a hamburger icon, the 3 short horizontal lines. When you do that, you're going to click on Manage Accounts here at the top. And then you're gonna click on this plus icon here in the top right. Just like with the iPhone, you're gonna click on log into an existing account. This first option is if you wanna do just the MT4 demo account and not go through a broker. So just like we did with the iPhone, you're gonna type in your broker, Hugo's Way, LQDFX, whichever one you're using, have that confirmation email up and do your login password. Make sure that checkbox is checked and you won't have to enter that again. So that explains how you can connect your MT4 to your newly created demo account. So James, I think you're out there. Were you able to follow along?
Yes. I just
Awesome,
wanted to say
awesome.
exactly what you just went over is
Uh-huh.
where I found out what I was doing wrong. So thank you so much. I know
Awesome.
exactly what I was doing wrong. So
Perfect.
perfect and ready now. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I wanted to hear. I know how frustrating it can be when you're seeing all this for the first few times. So awesome, awesome, awesome. I see that I think Damo is sending out a signal. He should be on the call um, in a few minutes, and his training is going to kick off after we're done here. So new share, and we'll get into what we're going to cover this evening. All right, chart formations. We're going to go over several that you can find in the charts that can help you sort of develop an eye for some trades on your own that you can take, or if you're given a signal and you want to do some analysis before you take the trade. All right, so here's the first one that we're going to talk about, the M formation. So this screenshot is a snapshot of TradingView. You can see here is the pair that we're looking at. In this case, it's the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, NZD USD for short. And we are on the 15-minute time frame. So those are sort of the two key things you need when you pull up TradingView. Which pair do you want to look at and what time frame? So with the M formation, which is highlighted in this blue circle, is commonly found at the top of an uptrend. By uptrend, we mean that price started here at the bottom and kind of worked its way up. So that's the definition of an uptrend. Typically, the M would signal a reversal to a downtrend. So it's sort of like the transition. Here, price was going up, price formed an M, and now, as a result, a downtrend started. The M is also called or referred to as the double top, meaning here's a top here, and here's a top here. So it's called an M, it's called a double top as well. Now, where this middle line, where the bottom of the middle forms and to the left and to the right, that's called the neck of the M. So one strategy is to enter the trade for the sell once price sort of hits or passes this neckline. A more aggressive strategy, depending on your trading style, is to enter here at the top of the M with the assumption that price is going to continue down to form a neck and then take off to the bottom. So this is something that you can begin to train your eye when you go into TradingView. And after we go through a few of these, we're going to go to TradingView Live and see if we can hunt down some actual examples. And you guys feel free to log into your TradingView and look for some as well. And you can either share your screen or tell me where you found one. So that's where we're headed. All right, so the opposite, if you will, of the M formation is the W. So this is found typically at the bottom of a downtrend, and it could signal a reversal to a new uptrend. Just like the M was called a double top, the W is sometimes referred to as the double bottom. So you would have one bottom here and one bottom here. Now, these are really clean examples. You'll see when we go over to TradingView, it's not always this clean. So, the bottoms may not match exactly, the line connecting the two. It's not always as pretty as we're seeing here. So we'll see some real life examples, and you'll see that there are various ways to identify it. So in this case, price started here, formed a downtrend. This W was sort of the transition to a new beginning of an uptrend. So the conservative approach is wait until the W forms. First leg, up, down. Here's the last leg of the W. So around this neck area, you could look for your entry for a buy. Or the more assertive or aggressive strategy would be, okay, price has already come down, it's gone up, it's coming down. If you see, the slightest price action of bullish action, bullish meaning price is going up, you can go in for the buy at that point. No problem, James. Talk to you soon. All right, so M formation at the top of a trend, signaling a downtrend. W formation here at the bottom, signaling an uptrend. The next one that we'll go over before we, the next one that I want to cover is the head and shoulders. This one, the M and Ws are kind of easier to find. The head and shoulders may not happen as much, but it's a pretty powerful formation. So as you can see, here's the head. So it kind of forms a tall peak in the middle. And then this entire thing is the head. Then this left area is the shoulder. Notice it doesn't go as high as the head. And then on the right side, in sort of a parallel effort, you have your right shoulder. So left shoulder, right shoulder, and then the head at the top, simulating the human body. So again, the tops of the shoulders may or may not be exactly aligned. Sometimes the right shoulder may be a little higher than the left, or the left a little higher than the right. But the premise is price is stronger in the middle, up high, and then you have your left shoulder and then your right shoulder. So this is commonly found at the top of an uptrend, and typically it signals a reversal to a downtrend. So just like we had the neckline with the M and the W, where some would enter the trade, here is the neckline here. Notice it's not perfectly horizontal. So, one strategy is wait till price gets to the neckline, then assume the sell once you see some bearish action. Bearish meaning price is going down. A more aggressive approach is once you see this wick here, you could jump in the sell a little early as price makes its way down to complete that right shoulder. Couple of options there. So why are we looking for formations to start with? Let's talk about confirmation and confluence. Confirmation is a term we use in trading, and it indicates when you have a candlestick pattern, a chart formation, an indicator, something on the chart is giving you a valid reason to take the trade. So that's a singular confirmation. Confluence is when you have multiple confirmations that are all telling you the same thing, buy or sell, and that gives you confidence that you really should be taking this trade. So let's say you get a trade alert. You can look for additional confirmations, altogether giving you more confluence to give you confidence for taking that trade. Okay, so let's say you're thinking about a sell trade. You pull up the chart in TradingView, excuse me, and you observe an M formation that is developing. Perhaps you wait until that last leg is either completed or is forming on that M before you jump in the sell trade. Or maybe you see that maybe it's a market execution trade, meaning you need to jump in now, right? That's what the trader who called the trade alert is basing the execution on. Right now, it looks good to get into this trade. If you pull it up on TradingView and you see an M formation, then that's going to give you confidence. Well, oh yeah, I think I see why they call this trade. Let me get in that one. So that's kind of the purpose of identifying these patterns. We'll do a few more and then we'll go to TradingView. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat and then we'll get into our Q&A. So next we want to talk about the hammer. So now we've gone from a formation to a very specific candlestick pattern. You'll hear Coach Max and the other master traders always talk about the candlestick Bible, how important it is, how valid it is, and that it can teach you price action. So you may be thinking, what is price action? I hear that word all the time. And all it means is looking at the chart, what message, what are the candlesticks conveying to me? What are they trying to say with their different formations? So let's take a look at the hammer. Commonly found at the end of a downtrend, and it could signal a reversal to an uptrend. Normally, you have a long wick at the bottom, and the candle body is usually small. The body is the part of the candle that looks like a rectangle or a square. And then this wick is the skinny part that's sticking out at one or both ends. So similarly, you have an inverted hammer, also found at the end of a downtrend. It could also signal a reversal to the upside. Normally, instead of the wick coming out of the bottom, it's coming out at the top. The candle body, just like with the hammer, is usually small. And it also tells you that whatever you're looking at is gaining some strength. So when a currency has strength, when that first pair in, let's say NZD USD, if NZD is gaining strength, then currency strength usually means bullish action or price going up. So here's the hammer, one particular candlestick, and then the inverted hammer, both giving us signs that price can reverse and move upward. So how would we use this? Let's say you're considering a buy. You bring up the chart in TradingView. You observe that, the current trend is down. But if you can identify a hammer candlestick pattern, that can give you confidence that this price is going to reverse. Or maybe you received a signal, and when you first, it's a buy signal, and you look at TradingView and you think, but wait, price is still, in a downtrend on this time frame. If you see that hammer candlestick, then you could say, now I bet you that's what the trader saw when they called this pair. All right, so I'm gonna switch it over to TradingView. Let's kind of look at some live charts, see if we can find some M's, some W's, some head and shoulders or hammer or inverted hammer. And everyone can come off mute and let's see what we can find together. And ask any other questions that you have. Doesn't have to be related to what we just went over. So give me a second and I'll share my TradingView. So that is epic. And now I'll switch that over to TradingView. So I was messaging with a team member today, and he actually pointed out an M formation possibly forming on German 30. Now, this is an index, not typically beginner friendly, but I did want to show you this because of how clean it looks. So a huge, huge bullish engulfing candle. If that's not a bullish engulfing candle, I don't know what is. Bullish means it's going up. Engulfing means it's swallowing up all the candles previous to it. So there's the start of our M. Here's the downward motion. Here's the upward motion. And so the premise is that the last leg of the M could be forming. So this could be a great sign that a sell is about to happen. So again, the aggressive strategy would be take the sell when you see a little bit more bearish um, price action, or you could wait till price falls, it forms a neckline, and then you could go for the sell. So here is a real life M that could be potentially forming. We don't have any guarantees in Forex, but this is pretty clean the way it looks right now. All right, guys, come off mute. And for those who are able to connect to your TradingView, take a look at some pairs and let me know. And you can share if you see any head and shoulders, any M's, any W's. I'm going to pull up EU, which is more of a beginner friendly pair, and see what we see here. Now, I was looking earlier, so I'm going to go on the daily. And if I scroll back, so by this time frame, what we mean by the daily is that each candle is one entire day. So the daily picture gives us a really high level view of what price is doing. So each candle that you see, I have my TradingView color coded. My blue candles are bullish, they're going up. My purple candles are bearish, they are coming down. So each one of these candles is a different day. So it's a very high level view. So if I scroll back, here we go. Now it's not really jumping out at me. Let me see. Does anyone see a particular chart formation in this area? You normally want to look at the top of a uptrend or at the bottom of a downtrend. And it's a good idea to zoom out as well. So here, the minus allows you to zoom out to give you an even broader perspective of the charts. And you can use this plus to sort of zoom in and get a closer view. So I'm going to zoom out to see what we see. Here is what I think I saw. All right, let me get rid of these zones so that they're not in your way. Okay, so remember what I said. It may not be as clean as we hoped, but what do you guys think this is? And if I right click, the reason that's happening, if I go to settings, you can choose to extend your shapes to the right or to the left. So does anyone, it's not very pretty, but what shape do you think this is? What chart formation? Let me take away the background color. So if I right click and take away the background, and then, yep, there's Glow. Hey, Glow, how are you? I go to settings. Let's make that line a little thicker. Yes, there's Nairi. Hey, y'all. All right, so it's not very pretty, but we do have a W there, and it is the beginning of that uptrend. All right, let's see what else we can find. And then, yeah, we're in our Q&A part. So you guys come off mute, talk to me, tell me how it's going, and then we'll wrap up and switch to Damo. Okay, if I go back, yep, it was a W, Eddie. There was our W. If I go back even a little further, does someone have a comment or question? Just
Tasha, I do have a question, but
yeah,
I'm gonna wait to finish this portion because it's kind of regarding the demo that I tried to go
sure.
back in. So
Yeah,
it still gave me an issue. So I'll just wait till you finish with the chart and then I'll just ask.
yeah, absolutely. No problem. So let's see. Oh, yeah. So this one, this pattern that I see in this area definitely takes some time to sort of train your eye to see it. Who can see what that is? I'll give you a hint. It's not an M and it's not a W. I don't know that I even, yeah, did I cover the inverted one? I don't think I did. Yeah, so let me go back to that PowerPoint for a minute. So if I go back to chart formations, yeah, so the same way that we see this head and shoulder that goes to a downward formation after it, you can have the reverse, an inverted head and shoulders, where the head is literally flipped. The head is here at the bottom. You still have your shoulders to the left and your shoulders to the right, and that would indicate an upward trend that's about to start. So let me go back to Trading View. So that's what we see here. So here's our head. Here's our left shoulder formation. And here's our right shoulder formation. So here, let me draw a line for our neckline. About like so. And then, as you can see, it starts our uptrend. So the conservative approach is, let this right shoulder kind of form. And then you could get in for the buy once you see this bullish price action, this bullish engulfing candle here. Bullish because it's going up, engulfing because it is way bigger than the candle previous to it. Or, a super aggressive strategy is to get into that head and shoulders a little earlier for the buy. And of course, once we learn smart money and we go through all of Damo's trading, we may not use the chart formations as much, but they're just kind of foundational and kind of basic. So yeah, this is an example of an inverted head and shoulders. So normally when I'm trading with my team and someone points out either the head and shoulders or the inverted, I normally have to look at it and then I see it. So I'm still training my eye as well to know, okay, look for this. I trade NAS every day. That's the one index that I stick with. And when you can identify these formations, they can really help, your trading days, because you have an expectation of where price is going to go. It can help you form, how you're going to trade for that day. So if I'm trading EU and, let's say none of this is here, so I don't see any of that. Let me fill it in. Let's make it a little darker so we can't see the candlesticks. So if I'm looking at EU and I've identified this inverted head and shoulders formation, when price is, and this neckline also corresponds to a zone. How do I know a zone is there? It's because price is really respecting this area. So I could go to the rectangle tool. I could draw a zone in this area. Now, when I'm using the rectangle tool for support and resistance zones, then I really want that background to be light so that it doesn't block my candlesticks. I still want to be able to see what's going on there. So there's my zone. So price landed here. Price respected my zone here. Price respected the zone here. Broke through, came back. This is definitely an area of support. You can think of a support as a floor where price can't get through it. So the candle was falling, it reached support, it couldn't go any further, so it bounced off. So so let's say I'm trading, I don't see anything that's going on in this purple area here. So as price is reacting here at my zone, well, first of all, the fact that I see this bullish candle here is probably giving me, an indication that I'm not going to be selling, because that's a decision that we traders make when price gets to our support and resistance. What is the price action telling me at that zone to let me know if I'm going to buy or if I'm going to sell? So when price was falling here, when it hit this zone, this wick, which is a symbol of rejection, was a clear indication that price was going to buy from the zone. This, I see a pattern here, and we'll cover this in the next class. This is a rising star or morning star, signifying buy or bullish action. So if I was in this sell and then I'm at this decision point, the fact that I see this one bullish, engulfing candle here, and based on the fact that knowing it's a head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, now you can see how these individual confirmations come together as confluence and can give you confidence when you take that buy trade. Because we don't, we're not fortune tellers, but we try to do our best to use technical analysis to predict and react, not predict, but react to how price is acting at the zones. All right, so it is about 6:40. I know, can you show the morning star again? Yeah, absolutely. So let me try to zoom in. Now that I get closer, it's not as pretty as I like because of that wick, but basically it's a 3 candlestick formation with one here that's bearish, this wick or doji candle signaling indecision or a possible reversal, and then a bullish candle going in the new direction. So we can go over that next time. That's the morning star. Then you also have an evening star that's used to signal a downtrend. Yep, doji in the middle. Yep. And with that doji, the body can be kind of in the middle. There are different variations of the morning and evening star. Any other questions while we are in TradingView? Don't be shy. I love to find these chart patterns on the higher time frame. I know it's not beginner friendly, but I'll show you what I was looking at today while trading NAS. Come back to present day. So on this daily, let me zoom out a little bit. Now it's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. But the fact that price went up here, came down here, came up here, gave me some indication that maybe it wanted to complete this M and continue falling. It's in a bit of a pullback here with this one blue candle. But this is an example of how looking at the higher time frames and finding those formations, because most of us don't trade off the daily. I trade off the 1 hour, but looking at this daily definitely gave me more confidence to stay in my sell, even though we're in a little pullback here. All right, guys. So I'm going to get back to James's question if you guys don't have anything else regarding TradingView. And let me see. Damo isn't on yet. So James, what can I help you with connecting to your MT4? You still got an invalid account error?
Exactly. So I just went back in, and what I was doing wrong was I didn't go into Hugo's demo 3.
Yeah.
And when you explained that, I thought that was the issue. So I will go in and I click Hugo's demo 3, and then of course you put your username and then you put the password. So when I go to my email, the username and password that Hugo sent me, when I put that in, it takes me to the chart, and then seconds later it says invalid, I think password or something, invalid
Gotcha.
pin. And
Okay.
that's where I'm getting lost, because that's the only thing holding me back from basically practicing
Yeah.
on the demo.
We'll get you there. Don't worry. I bet you I know what the issue. I ran into something similar with a teammate. Now she had an Android, and in the Hugo's Way demo account, one of the passwords was, it looked like a hyphen, but with the Android, there were literally 3 different hyphens available on the keyboard, and we just couldn't we just couldn't figure it out. So on your look specifically at your trader password, are there any weird characters where, like, I don't want
Well,
you to give your your password out.
yeah.
I know it's a demo account,
So
but
basically it's not weird. It's just lowercase letters and uppercase letters. So what I'm doing is I'm copying and pasting right from the trader password, the password. So there
gotcha.
is no dashes, there is no
Nothing
semicolons
funny.
or hyphens or anything like that. It's literally only letters, but
Yeah.
they're only lowercase and uppercase. And I'm using a demo account number for the username, and I'm using the trader's
Yeah.
password for my yeah, and I put it in, and the chart comes up as if the chart with the pairs, it pops up, and then some of them are red, and then some of them blue, and then like moments later, it'll say invalid login.
Yep, I've
And
seen that before. Now, James, are
exactly.
you using copy and paste from the iPhone, or are you manually typing it in?
No, I'm copying and pasting from the iPhone.
Okay, try it manually just in case there's an extra space being copied.
Okay,
Let's try it that way. I've seen that happen as well.
okay, I'm gonna do that
Okay,
momentarily.
sure.
'Cause I already have it pulled up, so it should only take a minute or so.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Anyone else have any questions or comments while he's trying that? I'm going to check with Damo to make sure that the training is still on.
Okay, good news. It just popped up invalid account. I was just about to
Really?
let me do it, and then it just popped up. So, like I said, like the pairs will pop up with
Yeah.
the different options. Some red, like I said, some blue, and then it just goes straight to invalid account. And I have to press OK just to get back to the chart or whatever. And that's the only thing that's stopping me pretty much
Yeah.
from listening on the demo. But that's weird because this is everything Hugo sent me to use, you know?
Yeah. The only thing that I would recommend, James, and I know it's a pain, is to create another one.
Okay. Okay.
Go back to
A
that
whole nother
initial.
Hugo account?
Yep. You can have more than one. Try it again. You'll get a brand new email confirmation with a different demo account number and a different trader password.
Okay. The
Yeah.
only thing that I can think of is maybe the username or password expired from me not using it regularly. That's the only thing I can think of.
How long
Like,
has it been since you first created it?
I created it. If this month is November, I created it October 4th. I can go to my email and see because I'm reading it off. Oh,
Oh
September
no,
28th.
yeah.
No, no, it was September 28th is when I created it.
Yeah, that shouldn't be the issue, but let's just try one more. Oh, yeah, Savvy is saying it will expire. Do you know how long? I was thinking a couple of months, Savvy. I don't know the exact time frame.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. If it's saying invalid login, the only thing that makes sense to me is if it's expired, like an
Yep,
expiration. And so I'll
gotcha.
just have to probably do it all over again, and I won't
Yep,
waste any more of your time. And if it
no
doesn't work
worries.
again, then I'll or something. But yeah, that's probably what's wrong.
Absolutely. Yep, that's what we're here for. And thanks, Savvy. So yeah, hopefully one more
Yeah.
second time's a charm and you should be good.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, James. All right, y'all. Well, we will give it a few more minutes to see if Damo is joining. Normally he comes on this call, but he may be using his own link as well. So I'll let you know as soon as I hear.
Tasha, I dropped a comment in the chat, and Damo just responded. He's not going to be on today.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, something must have come up. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, Savvy. Anything else, guys, before we go? I can give you back 12 minutes of your time. All right. If not, I will upload this to my YouTube by later tonight or in the morning, and I'll see y'all next time. Good night.
Good night.
Okay. Bye-bye.